I said, are we ready? And it was not the most enthusiastic
Should we
ready.
delete that one?
Nah, keep it fun. Hello, and welcome to Good for a Change, a podcast that aims to combat the awful everyday news you hear with stories that'll make you smile. I'm Jarrod, and with me, as always, is Holly.
Hello, Holly.
And also with me is Sean.
You're welcome.
Well, that's not what I asked, but anyway. Alright, you put me right off.
Sorry.
It's fine. You know what? I'm so put off that rather than you guys start, I'm going to start this time.
Go for it.
So I'm going to start with my news story. After purchasing a SIM card while on business in the US, a Dutch woman named Amanda was shocked to find that she was part of a group chat dedicated to the Buffalo Bill football team.
I'm sorry.
Exactly. So her new number, it turned out, belonged to an ex-member of this group.
Okay.
Who had recently lost it, but these guys didn't know that their mate had lost his phone number.
Okay.
And so I don't know what the turnaround is. I don't know how long he had lost his number, but she now had it. And she would continually tell these guys, hey, I don't know who you think this is, but I'm not who you think I am. And once she finally managed to get that across to them, they were like, oh, well, you're stuck with us now.
You're in now.
Basically, you're in now. And so she would try to get out of it. And she would ask them to stop or ask them to delete her. And she couldn't figure out how to block this thing.
Oh, bless her.
But after a few days, she started being quite excited when, like, she said 9 out of 10 notifications on her phone would be this group chat. And she started really looking forward to it after a few days. So she would start joining on the fun, the playful comments. So their old friend was named KG. So they dubbed her NKG for new KG. Eventually, they offered to buy her tickets to the very first Buffalo Bill game of the season.
Oh.
But it was during that time she realised that they hadn't conned on yet that she was female.
Oh.
And so she, a little bit concerned about that, as you do. But she did her research. She decided, no, I'm going to go. She put her work in. She thought, I'm actually going to go to this thing. So she did a bit of research just to make sure, what she was getting in for. She saw these guys all had wives and kids and pets and looked really, really happy.
So you're saying she did stalking, but in a not so, in a nicer way.
In a nice way. She nicely stalked. Is there a term
We've all been
for
there.
that? Is there a term for nicely stalking someone?
A Facebook browse.
Facebook browse. A nicey stalky.
A nicey stalky.
A nicey stalky.
I mean, it works. I'm married to Holly now, and but anyway.
Okay, you are creepy. But after that, so she arrived with a shirt that said NKG on it.
Oh my gosh.
Smart.
And she turned up at the tailgate before the game.
Yep.
And these guys saw her and were shocked that this was a woman that they had been talking to the whole time, but they were delighted. And so she ended up spending the whole day with them. With their wives, their kids, everything like that. They all became so close that now these guys are planning a trip to Holland.
That's amazing.
To go and visit her over there. They've become like best friends.
I love that. I love the randomness of you stumble upon someone and then you become friends for a long time. Holly and I have a great example of that where we were in line for an Edinburgh Fringe show a couple of years ago. We'd missed the show that we were seeing, and so we thought we'll go another night. We'd booked tickets originally, but we missed that night for various reasons, and we decided we'll go the next night.
Yep.
But we had to wait in a line of people that didn't have tickets just in case it was fully sold out, which it wasn't. But next to us was this American couple, and we just sort of got chatting with them because it was just us in this line, and they were really nice, and then we ended up going to see the show with them. And afterwards the comedian was like, oh, stay and get a drink with me all. And Holly and I are not the kind of people that would normally go, oh yeah, we'll stay and do that. But we decided for some reason that night to do so, and we got more and more chatting with these people, and they ended up being the most lovely people, and we traded the social media details, and all of a sudden we were really good friends with them.
Classic nicey stalky.
Classic nicey stalky.
Good,
and
yep.
now we're great friends with them. And so Leanne and Kyle, if you're listening, hello. We'll see you again soon. They did actually come to our honeymoon in New York.
Oh, did they?
Came and visited us. It was really
that's
nice.
lovely.
Yeah, we had a lovely day with them.
That's good. Well,
Small
I've
New York.
got a photo here that we'll put in the show notes of Amanda and her friends.
Oh, look at that,
Amanda.
the t-shirt.
Yep, look how happy they all are.
Oh, look at her.
Do you know if the team won?
Yes, the team did win.
Oh my goodness.
So
Good luck,
so
Sean.
it makes a good day even better.
Did she meet old KG?
No, I don't. Well, I don't know. I couldn't find out any information about old KG. I don't know if he's still around. I don't know if these guys even know, old KG's gone. But they have new KG, so what do they care?
They're done.
They have a place to stay in Holland.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's a beautiful country.
Yeah.
Good work.
There we go.
There we go.
Wow, that's amazing. You talked about the tailgating, which happens in a car park.
Okay.
Here comes my tenuous link.
All right, that's a good way to shoehorn that in.
Yeah.
But great, go on.
How much do you like car parks? No,
I love a car park.
you love a car park?
No.
No,
You
not
have
really.
strong
I like
feelings
the
on a car
IKEA car
park.
parks where you go down the.
The spirals.
The
What
spiral
about?
thing.
Do you like traffic jams?
I hate traffic jams.
Not a fan.
Oh, not
This
off to a
doesn't
good
feel
start.
like good news.
No,
Well,
thank God.
if you're interested in both those things, you may be interested to know that there is a world record for the longest line of motorhomes.
Oh,
Okay.
No.
Yes, and well, don't be so enthusiastic, Holly. And
Oh, yay!
and even greater news, it's been recently broken. It was broken in, I think it's called Barcaldine in outback Queensland. I've probably got that wrong. If you're listening in Barcaldine and we've said it wrong, I'm sorry. But it was broken in outback Queensland. They had a massive drive to get all these vehicles out there and break the record. Any idea, roughly, how many motorhomes were involved in this record-breaking attempt?
I mean, they had to find the people who had the motorhomes and get them
Get
there.
them to Queensland.
And get them to Queensland.
And not just like Brisbane, like it's like middle of nowhere.
Middle of nowhere. I've got
Queensland.
to guess. Look, I'm going to go around the 300 to 400 mark.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Because I can't imagine they would get that many people. Who are they advertising this to? How are they advertising to these people, hey, we want you to come?
It's probably one of those.
Is it a group chat?
You know when it.
Is NKG in it?
NKG is like.
NKG is the front of the pack. It was the Lions Club of like motorhoming Australia.
Oh,
So,
okay. That
Yeah.
makes more
Yeah.
sense.
Hi guys, have you got a motorhome? Come be in a line.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
That's an
there.
You can't refuse.
You kind of, do you like sitting in the middle of the outback just waiting in traffic to break a world record?
The worst part is if it's one line, you wouldn't be even in traffic because you can just
Go around.
go around.
They were actually all pulled off to the side of the road. I
Yeah.
noticed in my pictures.
Okay.
Okay, so Jarrod's guessed it around the 300.
3 to 400. I'll sit with 350.
You'll sit with 350. Holly, any idea?
512.
512. Both of you don't even break the last world record, which
Oh,
was broken in Italy, which had 672
Oh, wow.
motorhomes. Well, the one in Queensland had 868 motorhomes.
868 motorhomes.
868
Or
motorhomes.
868 people.
At least.
At
There's
least. I mean,
probably
'cause a
two.
lot-
Because let's assume they're like grey nomads.
Yeah.
So there's going to be like 2 people in a car. It's going to be like
Oh,
Betty and
so what's
Gerald
that?
have
Around
gone out to the outback.
1,700 people.
Yeah.
Got in a car and went, oh, let's go.
Not
to
a car.
Let's go to
a
the motorhome.
motorhome.
Let's get in our caravan and go all the way to the middle of nowhere to sit in a line.
Yeah. And meanwhile, they had to.
The greatest generation.
There were so many people. They had to like stay in like 3 towns because obviously like
Well, yeah.
868
Why couldn't they stay in
motorhomes.
their motorhomes?
I think there's like laws against just like.
Okay, that
staying
makes
If
in
sense.
you're part of like a giant
Club.
world record like that,
Okay.
I don't think you all get a certificate either.
You do. You
Do
can.
you?
You have to purchase it, but
That
you can
makes
purchase
sense.
yourself a certificate if you were part of it. So everyone
Okay.
that was a part of it can now purchase themselves a Guinness World Record certificate. Now, this happened in May.
Yep.
They lined up in May. The line went for 9.5 kilometers, just in case you wonder how long
How
868 caravans
close
is.
are they together?
They were pretty close. They're like pretty. I mean, like
Pretty
I
packed
saw
in?
like distant photos, like up close. It doesn't really look like you've got 868 caravans. So they were very much, but it was a
Yeah.
long white line of caravans.
And are they parked or are they driving?
They're parked. They're parked
Okay.
on the side of the road.
Yeah.
So it happened back in May, but it's taken like 5 months for it to be officially approved by Guinness World Records.
Why so long?
I guess they had to count the motorhomes
Yeah,
in the pictures.
that
and
would make
things.
sense.
I'm not sure, but it has to be officiated.
Yep.
And it's taken 5 months.
You wouldn't want to be the guy that was just like walking down the road in outback Queensland for
9.5 kilometres.
That's probably the issue. That's probably
One,
why it wasn't.
2, 3.
486. Wait, 6? 486. Oh, now I have to go back and start again.
Yeah, so I'd say they probably avoided doing it that way and went
Yep.
from an aerial shot and counted them individually.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was officially announced in October that they had broken the record. They were also going for another world record at the same time, which was like the largest image created from connected LED rope lights. As far as I can tell, this either hasn't been officiated yet or they didn't break it.
What were they drawing?
I don't know. I found less details about that than I did about the length of caravans. But the Motoring Home Association has come out saying that like this is like just the beginning and they have other records.
They've got plans.
Good on you, grey nomads.
Once you've got one, you know, you just want all the records to be broken.
Speaking of one.
Oh, these are getting worse.
I've got a good news story about Trevor the Mallard.
Trevor the Mallard.
Why do the bird stories always have the weirdest names?
Hey, Rob the Unappealing Albatross is a great name.
And Joyce the Penguin Lover. And now we have
Trevor the Mallard.
Trevor the Mallard.
So Trevor the Mallard
Who sounds like a Pixar character.
Yeah, he could be.
He sounds like he should be voiced by like Will Ferrell.
This will be like the new Moana. Are you ready?
Okay, that's a big call.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Trevor the Mallard showed up on Niue, which is a Pacific island where mallards aren't native. It's, to give you like geographical reference, it's sort of near Fiji.
Yes.
Samoa, that area of the world. They think that it got there from New Zealand.
Oh.
No, Trevor's travelled.
Travelling Trevor. He was obviously the only mallard on the island, and it's like a coral island, so there aren't natural streams or rivers or lakes or anything. So Trevor the Mallard lived in a puddle next to the airport.
I mean, this is a Pixar movie.
That the fire brigade would fill up if it was empty.
In case you hadn't heard enough good firefighting stories recently, now they're filling up puddles for ducks.
Isn't that incredible?
This is amazing.
He got a bit lonely because
But
obviously there were no other mallards, but he did make friends with a rooster, a chicken, and a waker, which I think is a native bird.
Can we cast this Pixar movie now? All right, Trevor's Will Ferrell, the chicken's Tina Fey. Who else we got?
I mean, John Mulaney's got to be in there
and
somewhere.
a waker.
John Mulaney is a rooster.
John Mulaney's a rooster, and who's the other one?
It's a waker, which is some sort of a native bird.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Well, no, I was going to say that's John Ratzenberger, who's in all the other ones. Yeah.
Perfect.
Great.
You could play the
cast.
puddle otherwise.
I mean, great. Or the fire guy. Yeah.
So 1,600 people live on the island, and he was a local celebrity, obviously, because he made it 1,601. And everyone would like look after Trevor, and they'd like keep oats in their car in case he looked hungry, and like take Trevor some oats, and then
I just want to cuddle Trevor.
Is he still there?
He's not. So unfortunately, he had a good life, but it's over now.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I brought the tone down.
Yeah.
Sorry, listeners.
I mean, it wouldn't be a Pixar film if it didn't break our hearts at some point.
True.
Yeah, which is sad, but like, he's
That's
a duck,
animals.
you know.
He's a duck. I mean,
and also like, so if it's assumed he got there from New Zealand.
Yeah.
He
must have been confused about something to have done that.
It says he was either blown there by the wind, or he swam there, or he might have like burrowed away on a ship or something.
Okay.
And they don't know how he got there, but he had a good time.
He had a good time.
Good. He had
Trevor
a really
the Mallard. Good on you,
run.
Trev.
I think he's made the best life possible in a place that was not built for him.
No, I mean,
He went and had a tropical holiday.
Do we know how big like this puddle was that he lived in?
I can show you a picture.
Yes, please do.
We will put this in the show notes or on Instagram for you to see. Oh.
Oh, okay.
Look
that's
at that.
That's
Oh, look at the firefighters.
so it's so he had a sizable puddle.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
yeah.
lovely.
And they talked about bringing in another duck to live with him.
Yep.
So that he wasn't.
But it wouldn't be the same.
They basically said the puddle was only big enough for one duck.
Yeah.
You know.
Also, I think that brings across like the whole idea of introducing new species
Which
to an
is-
island that
Because
wasn't made for that
depending on what
species.
kind of duck would be mating with the duck.
Yeah.
Or the Mallard, if you will.
That reminds me of recently in New York, I think it was a mandarin duck was found in Central Park, and it was like all the rage for the bird. I think they're called twitchers. I think the people that officially go
Big Bird
bird
fans?
watching. Big Bird, not Big Bird fans. They were celebrating.
They're called Jarrod Faircloths.
Celebrating Sesame Street's 50th anniversary. But this mandarin duck flew to Central Park and was living on one of the Central Park lakes, and it was like everyone was trying to get pictures of it because it's quite a flamboyant duck, which is not necessarily a statement you hear all the time.
No.
But it had really
Maybe
like
he felt comfortable in
New York.
Broadway.
Yeah, maybe that was the thing.
He
It
had
was like,
2 feather boas.
I am with my people. I am with my people. So these ducks are appearing in strange places at the moment, and it was just the one, I think, as far as I'm aware, that just appeared in New York, which was really interesting.
Well, those were good. Those were good stories. I like a story about a duck.
We love an
Avian.
We love a bird on this podcast.
We do love a bird.
Which
Bird
is
in a
interesting
tree.
because I just don't like birds. Birds are not my cup of tea.
No, I know, but totally on accident, we've told 3 stories about birds.
Weird.
Maybe we're just desensitizing you to birds, and we want you to be okay with birds.
Perhaps.
One day we'll get you outside, Sean.
And one day when I ask this next question, Sean, you'll be able to say birds. But for now, what's good in your life?
Not birds. We have been watching, as a family, we've been watching, that's with my parents. Holly and I don't have children. We have been watching...
That you know about.
That we know about. We've been watching Taskmaster, which is
my God.
a UK series. And we are like watching old episodes. It's not like there's new episodes or anything. We're just watching a lot of old episodes.
There are. I've watched them.
Oh, exciting. But I'm just having a great time. We got onto it very late. I think it's like so many seasons in, but we got onto it
They've
recently.
just finished season 9.
Ah, great.
Oh, we're so far
We're so far behind.
I have seen all of them multiple times.
And it's just so funny. I just love the randomness of it. And I think, and the way it makes them think randomly. And you see all these, basically it's celebrities doing incredibly random challenges. Like last night we watched one that was like, knock all the ducks off the wall. Oh my gosh, it's birds.
Birds are just...
So really?
I hope it wasn't Trevor the Mallard you're knocking off the wall.
No, they were rubber ducks.
Careful with Trevor. He's got a feeble heart, listen.
But it's a bunch of British celebrities doing ridiculous tasks to try and win even more ridiculous prizes. And it's fantastic. It's very clever. It's very funny. It's very stupid. And that's what I like in a TV show, just light-hearted entertainment.
Dan, that's a great answer. Holly, what's good in your life?
We've been going to the gym a lot more often at the moment. And it just makes me feel better in myself. It's nice to have that sort of energy boost in the week. We love an Aqua class, don't we?
I do love an Aqua class.
Oh.
I haven't been to an Aqua class with you yet.
They're amazing.
And say I've just joined the gym with you two.
Yeah.
We went yesterday. My arms are still very sore.
Sorry.
That's fine, but...
No pain, no gain.
No pain, no gain. What do we do in an Aqua class?
It's literally Aqua aerobics. You know when you see in
Right,
like an
I'm on board.
80s film?
Yeah.
And they're all like, and 2, 3.
Can I wear floaties?
No. But you get like these...
Can I wear one of those swim caps with like flowers all over them?
Please do.
You don't go underwater, but I'm sure the elderly ladies that do it with us would appreciate it.
Okay, wonderful.
You get weights, and when you pick them up, it's like they're like pool noodle sort of material. And you go, well, what's this going to do? Nothing. And then the instructor's like, and put it under the water. And suddenly the pressure of the water makes them incredibly heavy and difficult to move. And you're like, oh. And so it's funny because you sign up to this class thinking like, it's going to be easy. All the old ladies do it. And then
They're strong. They're stronger than me.
Yeah. Don't be fooled.
Don't be... I'm just intimidated now by old ladies. And not for the usual reasons.
We love old ladies. Oh gosh, that sounds weird now.
We love all ladies. We don't base our love of ladies on their age.
Great. Thanks for making that clear.
Well, we just don't want to lose the one listener we've still got now after last week's steam train debacle.
Great. Also, we don't want to lose the old lady demographic.
What's good with you, Jarrod?
I have a niece who's 5 years old. I have 2 nieces, but I'm going to specifically talk about the 5-year-old, who is...
Because he's picking favourites.
Because I'm picking favourites, who is one of the funniest human beings I've ever met in my life.
Wow, rude.
Do you know what? Genuinely funnier than either of you two.
Probably.
That's
I
fair.
don't deny that.
And she honestly has better comic timing than a lot of adults I know. We sat there the other day. I was standing up, and she was like, "Hey, Jazz, bend down." I was like, "Yes?" And she's like, "No, bend down further." And so I bent down a little further. She's like, "No, bend down further." And so I bent down a little further, and she's looking at me like really annoyed that I wasn't down as far as I could get. And so, I'm like, no, let me just finish my conversation, then I'll come back. So about 15 seconds later, I'm like, okay, yes, what do you want? Bend down further. And so finally I got down, like on my knees, like real down, and she turned around and farted in my face. And it was brilliant. And then turned around. Now, a lot of 5-year-olds would then like just dissolve into laughter. Not her. She just looked at me like, yeah, I did that. Like real sassy, like, gave me the click of the finger and then walked off. And I was like, brilliant. Brilliant.
What an absolute hero.
Oh, she's the best.
That takes a lot of preparation as well to basically be able to like fart on
Well, the
command.
thing was as well that like she has had to hold that in for a good
Yeah.
20 seconds until I finally got down far enough that she can fart in my face. And it was also a really, and sorry to bring the mood of this podcast down, it was a real good sounding one as well. Like it wasn't just a little, it was like a real bow. It was excellent. Every part of it worked. So that's what's good in my life.
It's good that she knew as well. She was like, this one's going to be a joke one.
Well, that's it. Like, but just, it's amazing watching her grow in her sense of humour. And, like, she's been doing it. I remember the very first joke she ever made to me was when she was about 2. Maybe a little bit older. And she said to me, what was that movie I watched before? And I said, you didn't watch a movie before. She goes, yeah, I watched it before. I went, when? She goes, before. Like, you didn't watch one before. Yeah, before! And then her eyes, like, opened wide, and she twitched her head and went, B5, B6, B7. And I was like, wow! Like, have you come in knowing you were going to make that joke? At what point have you gone, oh, that'll be funny? Fascinating.
Oh.
Wow. Well, there we go. Fart jokes. That's how we're
Fart jokes. That's how we're going to end it.
Thanks for listening.
If you've done any good farts this week or have any good news, you're more than welcome to send it to us on our email, which is goodforachangepodcast@gmail.com. We'll have a look through it. If it's good material, it'll save us doing the research for ourselves and we can put it in the podcast instead. Or if it's just small news that is just about your personal life, we'll smile.
Yeah.
So that's it for this week. This was wonderful.
It was wonderful.
I had a good time.
If you had a good time, you can follow us on all of our social media channels, and you can also subscribe to this podcast and leave us only 5-star reviews. Unfortunately, we cannot accept any reviews under 5 stars.
It's company policy.
Sorry about it.
It's because it's good news, and anything under a 5-star review is not good news.
That's true.
You can also follow us on Instagram at goodforachangepodcast.
Correct.
Well done.
Oh, or on Facebook, you can find us under the Lazy Creations group.
Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you, Holly.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sean.
Hi, Sean.
Well, no. Thank you, Jarrod. You're welcome. You've kind of stepped on the joke, but that's fine. I'm going to allow it.
Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.